to another segment of Family Matters.
Yeah.
And this is sponsored by Gentleman's Quest of Tampa Bay. We're excited that you're with us. And just a few housekeeping rules real quick. If you are enjoying this, we'd love for you to subscribe to this channel. It really is a great support to us. Also, don't forget to give us a thumbs up and like this video if you're enjoying what we're sharing with you. Also, in the comment section or in the chat, engage us, speak back, let us know what you're thinking, or if you have any questions or statements or thoughts you want to bring up as well. We want to be able to support you in that way. So, today we're going to introduce ourselves again, and we'll talk about today's topic. I am Georgia.
I'm Tim. I'm Josh.
I'm O'Neal.
Awesome. This is the Salmon family.
Yes.
And again, we're excited to be with you. Today's topic, we want to talk to you about tips on ways you can improve your self-esteem. Self-esteem in a nutshell is your opinion, your thought of yourself, and your abilities. How do you feel on the inside? How do you feel from day to day about you? We can talk about a lot of other people and a lot of other things that are going on, but what matters most is how you feel about you as you're functioning throughout your day. So we're going to share with you, a few things that will help you to improve that. It doesn't mean you don't have self-esteem, because we all do.
Yeah.
We all build our confidence in different ways, but we want to encourage you, especially in this season, to think about different ways you can improve it. Sounds good? Okay. You want to start, babe?
Sure. I think the first thing that we want to suggest to you is, number one, be nice to yourself.
Yes.
I think it goes without saying, we can't expect others to be nice to us if we are in turn not, doing so for ourselves.
That's right.
I think while we're given to oftentimes encourage others, we should be, much about encouraging ourselves.
Yes.
And, doing our own celebration. Someone once said, it's my party and I can cry if I want to. In other words, if no one else is celebrating me, I'm okay with being okay with celebrating myself.
That's good.
I think each day we should take a moment out of the day just to applaud ourselves for the accomplishments we've made, compliment ourselves for how we're either feeling or perhaps celebrating some accomplishment in that day.
Wow.
In turn. So I think it's important that we speak life over our own selves. So that's my first tip.
Awesome. I totally agree with that. You want to take the next one?
I'll take the next one. You do you. Be yourself. Comparing yourself to others will definitely bring down your self-esteem, and you'll start to notice that you're speaking down on yourself. You're not being your normal self. You're funny, whatever, excited, happy, normal self. You'll start being like that other person because you think, oh, they're doing way better than me. So definitely think highly of yourself and be yourself. Yeah, exactly what it says. You do you.
I totally agree. Be yourself. That's very good. Thank you guys for sharing. So here's another one. I'm going to kind of piggyback on what Timothy said, but keep it moving. Stay busy, keep it moving. Exercise is a great way to keep it moving. But Timothy mentioned doing you, and I wanted to connect that because exercise and doing you go together. Some people, when they think of exercise, they think of the gym, they think of lifting weights, but exercise for you might be dancing, and that might be doing you. Or you might be one that's very domestic in the home, and you want to, clean or cut the lawn or whatever that might be, that keeps you moving, keeps you flexible, keeps your body and the way your mind is processing information on a healthy note. Keep moving, don't stop. It's very important to build that confidence.
Wonderful.
Awesome. So I think the next point that I want to present, and this is definitely one that I think I battle with concerning my own self-esteem, is the idea to remind yourself daily that nobody's perfect.
Oh, wow.
I think in this world, this social media driven world where people show the best moments of their life, it's easy, like Tim said, when you're trying to do you, to compare yourself to other people, but also to compare yourself to what looks like perfection. And while we want to strive to meet our goals, while we want to strive to succeed and do all these things, I think it's definitely important that we recognize that perfection is an unrealistic goal. We live in a world that isn't perfect. We are imperfect people, but that's what makes life worth living. It's to strive to be better and better each day. So one thing is definitely just recognizing that it's possible that you'll never be this perfect vision of yourself, but having that in your mind gives you something to work towards, and take your time with it. Like you said, you do you and keep it moving. Day by day, just keep going, keep striving, and you're definitely going to get there.
That's
So,
good. Wow.
I'll also add on to that. With nobody being perfect, maintain your goals. Make sure you're keeping up to date with your goals and you're striving to do the best with your goals, to get to that point, to further on leading with you growing and maturing.
Wow.
Keep up with your goals. Make sure you write down your achievements and make sure everybody knows about them. You know, because from getting
good.
support from other people, it builds your self-esteem. So,
Wow, you guys are amazing. Listen, these are our children, and I'm going to tell you, building their self-esteem as parents or helping them to build their self-esteem, it didn't start overnight. This is something that you work on as a family from the moment they're born. So if you at home have young children in the home, you want to encourage that confident building even at a young age. How do you feel about those children that are in your home? Let us know in the comment section. Do you feel like you're helping them, or you found creative ways to assist them in building their self-esteem as well? All right, go ahead, baby.
Something great that Joshua shared a moment ago is that, you know, this is an everyday struggle for a great many people, including ourselves. None of us are unscathed in that of having to deal with, you know, how we feel about ourselves. As he mentioned, you know, we're imperfect, rather. And as such, we're privy to making mistakes. You know, you're going to make mistakes. We all do. The idea is, of course, to learn, you know, and grow from those mistakes. You know, not trying to beat yourself up, you know, for what you failed at in turn, but picking up from where you may have fallen and then saying in turn, what could I have learned out of this experience? You know, what can I do? Keeping in mind, you're still in control. You still have a choice to make, you know, and if it's important to you, that of growing, then you want to use every opportunity, every circumstance to learn from.
That's
you know,
good.
keeping in mind, everybody's been where you are maybe today. All right.
Wow, awesome. All right, Tim, you want to take that one?
yeah, focus on what you can change, what you can make an impact in your own life. You know, evaluating yourself. Excuse me.
Absolutely.
It's easy to get hung up on things and stay with the normal, but you know, every now and then change is good. You know, there's a term, if it's not broken, don't fix
There
it.
you go.
But yeah, you know, adding that change to your life and, you know, spicing things up, you know, doing something different, not keeping the same routine in your own life can build your self-esteem, and hanging around like different people, different crowds, not staying with the same, you know, always hanging out with your family, but building out. You know, family's good to boost your inside, but the outside world, they're not always with you. So
Very good.
You know, you mentioned, and before we, I guess, go to the next point, you know, you mentioned, or we came from that of, you know, the fact that we are not perfect, the fact that we're given to make mistakes, and now you suggest, you know, focusing on what you can change. I think quite naturally there are certain aspects of who we are that we have to grow beyond. You know, we can try with all our effort in turn to change it today, but some of it comes by reason of experience, exposure, you know, or even influence, you know, the influence of others in turn. And so, you know, we have to allow ourselves to mature. We have to allow ourselves to grow and to become more rooted and grounded in who we are. Quite naturally, the things that we can change, even when we make mistakes, you know, after you've learned what you need to learn out of that, then be courageous enough and brave enough to go after, you know, whatever solution, whatever thing that in turn needs your focus.
That's good. Thank you guys for sharing. I have another one for you, and I'm getting happy just talking about it. So another way that you can boost your self-esteem is do the things that make you happy.
Absolutely.
And for everyone, that's different. That might be taking a walk, cooking a meal, painting your house, like we mentioned earlier, dancing. Some people like shopping. Don't shop too much, but
take a bubble bath.
A bubble bath, whatever makes you happy and builds your self-esteem. And I'm gonna put my family on the spot right now to find out what makes them happy, because this is important. What makes one person happy in the home may not be the same for the other person. So do what makes you happy. For me, I love organizing. Even if it's just a draw, putting things in place, it makes me feel special when I can see it lined up neatly, and it brings joy to me. So that's for me. Who wants to go next? What makes you happy?
I think for me, it's definitely making music, doing different things, pushing my creative mind to see what else I can do. I think in times of stress, especially with school and different stuff like that, just taking a break and really just using my creative gifts, you know what I'm saying? I feel like that makes me happy.
All right, cool.
For me, it's definitely playing basketball and playing the game with my friends. Just talking to them, playing around, playing 2K, whatever. But I'm also a competitor, so playing against my brother in anything, or playing against my dad in like Mortal Kombat, stuff like that. Definitely, it's definitely me on that.
That makes them happy.
I think for me, it's kind of twofold. I love teaching, so it may come across as work, and some things that you might do may come across as work or being busy to a degree to somebody else. But again, the idea is do what you feel makes you happy. But of course, in our family, we all know that I love getting by the water. I feel like I should have been a mermaid in another life. But that's for me, getting to the beach, getting by the water.
So as you can see, we're all different. We all have things that bring joy or boost our confidence, our self-esteem, but we're still united. And that's important, that you do what makes you happy. Okay.
So the next one that we have is the idea of celebrating the small stuff.
Yes.
I think it's important, as we spoke about doing what makes you happy, using what makes you happy as a way to celebrate even the small things that you do. And the reason that's important is because oftentimes we have to recognize that the small goals that you may make, not everyone may recognize. Especially if you don't express each and every goal that you have.
Right.
So in the simplistic ways, celebrate those small things. Whether it's, you got a new job, and to somebody else that might not be big, but to you it is. But in hindsight it might be small. Or whether that's waking up early in the morning and maybe you just wanted to get up a little earlier, so you actually got up out of bed. Whatever it is, find ways to celebrate that. I know I say waking up early in the morning because that's one thing that I had a goal for at one point, was to wake up and walk. And when I did that, the way I celebrated simply was just listening to music and just really having a moment to myself to be excited for the fact that I met that little goal that I had. And it's important that you do that, because that really puts you in a great headspace for the rest of the week, the rest of your day, and honestly the rest of your life.
Celebrate. That's awesome.
He mentioned him loving making music, and when he dropped his first song on Apple Music, Me and More, just promoting it to my friends and people reaching out to him saying, "Hey, bro, I really like your song. When is more music dropping?" I think that boosted his self-esteem, because people are actually enjoying what he's creating and what he loves doing. So, just sending it out to other people definitely helped him, because he felt good about that. What he's doing is actually good, and he's doing better. So it strives for him to do better.
And while as my brother, that may be something small, it can have a huge impact. So
wow. Well, guess what else would make us happy? Your comments. If you are enjoying what we're talking about, I know we're almost through, but don't be afraid to share, comment, engage us. Let us know those things that boost you as well, or build your self-esteem. We probably have time for one more. What do you think?
Yeah,
Go
I think
ahead.
so. I think this goes without saying. As we're, supporting each other here, it's quite clear that for your self-esteem to be built, it's important not only what you do for yourself, but to ensure that the people around you are contributing to that as well. So surround yourself with a supportive squad. One of the things that we've had to do as family is embrace each other's goals. And if you look back, by the way, there's a video on that.
Yes.
But we've had to learn to support each other's goals, aspirations, and get behind it, being each other's greatest cheerleader, and I think it's important that you regard that much of who you are right now is based upon who you've been exposed to, or who's influential in your life. Your family is one of your greatest support systems that you may have, but of course, while family may not always be there to say and to share in every life experience with you, understandably so, you may have friends that also contribute to that. The idea is this: when it comes to building your self-esteem, is to ensure that you don't keep the negative,
Wow.
right, around you, that you dismiss, that you silence. It's okay to put mute on every now and then.
That's right. That's right.
I think sometimes if we're not careful, we listen to all the rhetoric, we listen to all the negativity.
Put your phone on do not disturb.
Yeah, do not disturb.
right.
There you go. Not everybody's opinion is your reality, and I think that's so important as well. So surrounding yourself, having community, is important. While we're about to close this, I want you to regard, not only to share your own life experience, but I want you to leave us a testimony that you perhaps have had in your own growing, in your own maturing. We would love to hear and share in that. And also, as a support squad, support you on your on your path. All right?
Awesome.
Listen, folks, thank you so much. Thank you so much on behalf of the Salmon family. We are so grateful that you chose to be a part of this experience with us. It's been 6 weeks, and we are excited for what we've been able to share with you. Give yourselves a hand of applause. If you missed any of our previous recordings, go back on this channel, check it out. There's so much here.
Absolutely.
Family Matters continues on. Listen, before you sign off, log off, please make sure that you like, share, and subscribe. All right? Like, share, and subscribe. Do that now. Do that now. Do that now. All right. Awesome. Okay, great. And thank you so much again. This is Family Matters, and we are the Salmons.
Love you guys.
Love
Thank
you.
you.